Hey, Renegade Nation. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday night. Sorry I'm a minute or two late, but PC tonight, I had two code 77s. Could not get it to start. Finally got it to start. We went live on the stream. I actually went live a couple minutes ago, but it wouldn't show it to me up top. It said you're not live. Down here I was live. Up there I wasn't. So I had to give the mice a few seconds to get everything up there to back down here. Nemesis, John, Mac Power, welcome in. Frank Graham, welcome in. Real quick before we get in, I do have one field of corn I got to harvest yet, and then corn harvest for the year is done. And I also have, then we get into fall tillage, get that stuff rocking and rolling. Doctor's appointment today. A1C last time I was in was 5.7. That was 3 months ago. A1C today, 5.7. So A1C is definitely there and under control. The few sugar-free cookies I'm having, they're good. Lost another 3 pounds, which I'll be honest, with all the Chinese I ate yesterday, I didn't think that was going to happen. I was kind of scared. I took my wallet and keys out of my pocket and put it on the counter when I got on the scale. I just thought I was going to get popped there. But, that's where everything ended up today. So we are on Ray County, Ohio. And later tonight, we may jump over and take a look at the new Kentucky map and just see what we think of that. I played around on it a little bit last night, just kind of looking at stuff, but maybe we go in there and take a look at it and see if maybe there's not some options in that map. Laura, how are you doing? Laura, oh, hey, 10. Huh? Oh, hey. How are you doing, Laura? Scurvy, welcome in. Daniel, welcome in. All of a sudden, I got a red dot up here. What is said red dot? I'm not going to go in and read all that right now. That's a lot to read. But guys, with that being said, we're ready to finish the corn out. Let's hit the right button. Let's go to the farm. Laura, could always be worse. I hate to have to look at it that way, but that's a fact. It could always be worse. We hope we never have to talk to that, but it really could. I'm glad to hear that, John. Good deal. Okay. Dad's going to run the combine again, supposedly. You know what? I almost wonder if I can't run the combine faster than what Dad can. Maybe get some stuff done a little quicker. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I want to keep Dad involved on the farm. Let's see here. H and 2 passes around the border. And no, we are not running that field that way. Are you serious? That makes sense, but I don't like this damn bend up here. Just run the damn thing straight. That makes no sense. Headland first. Okay. There you go, Dad. Go to town, buddy. I have faith in you. Dad, what are you doing? We'll get on the grain cart. It just, I don't know. One thing I've noticed, Laura, is I have good days and I have bad days. I have no puppies in the background. I have good days. I have bad days. I shouldn't say good and bad. I should say some days are better than others. And that's the truth. Mr. Red, how are you doing? How in the hell am I stuck in neutral? Now I got to remember how to get the thing out of neutral. Is it? How do we get the daggone thing out of neutral? How are you doing, CM Gaming? Did this roll over into this one? Was I running? I'll bet I was. You got to come. Nope. General. Input. Gear shift mode. Automatic. Try this again. Mr. Red, how's your farm going right now? Hey, Dad, you missed some kern right here, buddy. You missed some kern. We're gonna have to talk about that. Had everything closed up because it did rain in here the other night. See if I can run along and get this semi-empty without emptying the whole damn thing, and ending up should have shot right there, and ending up with the combine with nothing in it. Because I'll be dead honest, I am so daggone tired of the combine being empty. It's ridiculous. I think I got enough room here. We're skating the edge of the pond here, guys. Bradshaw, how are you doing? Swoke, welcome in. 236 acres of beans, good deal. Had you over and on the laptop for a bit now, but got you up top here now. We have, if I remember right, there are 5 stream team members live right now at the same time. Kind of hard to follow everybody. Makes it rough. Just draw the line in, Philip. Just draw the line in is all you do. Draw it in with your green color, and then turn around, plant grass over the top of it. Field split. Big T-Bell, how are you doing, bud? Pete, welcome in. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hey, Dad. Hey. He missed stuff. Brian, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a few days. Hope you're doing well. Not good, John. There again, bud. I'm not gonna get into that, bud. He forgot his glasses. I don't know. Last night we were blaming him for drinking Fireball in the combine. Oh, damn it, that hurt. I don't know how to set that up, B-Mac. You can't run follow me on a multiplayer map. Deer gotta eat. That what it is? I'm plowing that stuff up. Well, no, this will get, we'll hit this with vertical tillage tool. I stream, totally forgot. I streamed last night, just been very bad. Getting the house right, thank you. No, I understand. You, not I. I was going to say, I was ready to scratch my head and say, Brian, I honest to God didn't know you streamed. Oh, he's got my OCD off. It's a ringing and a dinging. I have my foot on the forward pedal. We're going backwards. It'd be a very boring stream listening to me. Never know. Never know, Brian. Yeah, we're going to have some problems here. John, how are you doing? Might have to close the door. Guys, let me know if you can hear them in the background, please. I wouldn't know, FP. Haven't seen you streaming forever, buddy. Hold on. There we go. Ouch. I don't, but I'm on speakers and half deaf. Yeah, I want to be careful, FP. I want to see if I can't do this whole field without running that combine totally empty, because I'm so damn tired of the empty combine. So I'm going to see if I can sneak in here and get him down to... Oh, here we go with this. This is the... I need to see if there's another tire that I can put on this combine that's taller. We ain't gonna get nowhere at this rate. How are you doing, Aaron? I'm struggling right now. The whole problem is the combine sets lower, so that makes the auger set lower, and I don't know if I went to a taller tire on the front of the combine, if it would raise the auger enough, we wouldn't have this problem. I saw you were hanging cabinets today. You were busy. Well, I can't see how long till I can get to them again. We'll get him running again, and then I should be able to catch him up here on the side. Did you end up getting all the cabinets hung one day, Aaron? Oh, apparently there is a stalk of corn right there. One stalk of corn. Dad did a good job. Got 3 left. It's Kern. I'm sorry. I'll say it right, sir. My fault. Row crop special release. What are you talking about? His Freightliner. Not sure what you're talking about, Aaron. I did go in last night and I fiddled around in Gage, Kentucky. I have some opinions. And I mentioned we may sneak in there tonight real quick. And I'll show you guys what I found. I don't have the row crop version of it. To get the row crop version, you have to pay for it. It's on Patreon. Yeah, it's not on Patreon. The map is available to download, but one of the mods that is required for it is on Patreon. Is a modder he released his Freightliner today? I didn't. Aaron, I'll be dead honest. I don't know a lot of modders' names and stuff. I guess I don't rub a lot of shoulders. I find mods I like and try to bring them in. And if there's something that doesn't seem right, I try to adjust it. Some of them I just adjust to fix what it is I like. But that's just been kind of me. I would love to have, well, Batman, I'd love to have it, yes. I'll be dead honest, I'd kind of like to see him release Stitzer at some point, but, you know, it don't sound to me like, I don't know, it sounds to me like MRG's got so much going on with so many different daggone maps. I want it because it adds realism to me, Batman. It adds realism to me. So yes, I would like to have it. I really would. But that's just me and my gameplay and what have you. You know, I know realism as I super strength a bale of hay to make TMR. But I really like the looks of the row crop ready when you get it up and running and everything. I really like it. I'm going to get him down a fair amount right here and then pull away from him. I'm not going to give up on MRG because he's put some really nice maps out. It gets frustrating, but he's put so much on his plate. He's got so much stuff that he wants to do that, man, it'd be hard for anybody to try to keep up with everything. You know, I'm not going to fault him. He makes some nice maps. He does a good job, but you know, I was told that this Gage, Kentucky, when it comes out, we won't even think about Stitzer. And I had been watching this Gage, Kentucky all along on Facebook. Watched it just like I did Carroll or Carrollton, Iowa, whichever one that was, and I haven't heard anything new on it. The copy of that one I had was a early release version, and I don't know that. I hope it's changed because the version I had, I personally don't care for as much. Well, what went on there? You know, I didn't care for the version I had, but it was a pretty solid alpha that I had. And this Gage, Kentucky says it's an alpha also. And I saw some stuff I really liked. I did find a couple errors on the map, but I wasn't trying to pick it apart because he doesn't say that it's ready for official release to God and everybody. But there were some things I really liked about Gage, and there were some things I didn't care for. I didn't care for the home farms that are on the map. I mean, there's some you could do something with and play with, but they've got NPCs on all the daggone home farms, and I didn't like that at all. Thank you, Pete. Mr. Mortar, how are you doing? You know, and I hate to go and start something serious on Gage County and then find out. I know it says that updates will not require a restart, but I'm scared to death that something will come down that is going to require a restart, and I don't want to get 100 hours into something to find out I got to start the damn thing back over again. Case, how are you doing? Wow. He shot around that corner in a hurry. I'm trying, Dad. Dad, I'm trying. A John Deere, Case. That's a John Deere. It's a 9760 STS. Jesus. And that's 100%. Well, Mortar, I hate to say it, lots of maps have that. Gage, what I saw was a nice map. I'm not cutting it down at all. There's more attention to detail in it than the majority of maps I've come across in Farm Sim. So I'm 100% not hammering it by any means. It's just everybody, when it comes to designing and laying out their farm, everybody is different. And I'll be honest, you find a map maker that lays out the farm exactly the way you like it and the way you want it, you got lucky. You know. I did a list of this. I want fixes. I'd like to see in the next function. And out of paper. I don't know, Oz. For it isn't like we're spending $500 on the game here. Now I'm not saying that there's not a lot of things that there's a lot of things on the game that it'd be nice to have fixed, but I'm not going to. I don't know. I'm going to leave it go. Why did that not fix itself? I don't know if it went there. Come on, Bessie. If it fixed itself or not. Wookie, how are you doing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we're not going to the map tonight. We're just going to work on fall tillage, guys, because I'm not looking to make anybody mad tonight. I've had enough of that today. I don't understand, Wookie, why it will not let me make you a moderator. It will not do it. I don't have a button. I press the button and then my only option is to cancel. And I don't understand what's going on. Add as moderator. Standard. No, I'm right here in the place you do it. I click on your name, add as moderator, standard. My only option is cancel. Yeah, I have no clue what it is. No clue. I'm not 100% sure who the modder was, Brian. I don't know. I don't know his name. I don't know a lot of modders' names. You know, guys, I apologize. I wish I could go and I wished I could give you a lot of their names. I just don't know their names. I don't know. That might be the case. And I'll be honest, we've got a couple moderators I haven't seen in I don't know how long, and would have to figure out how to take them off, B-Mac. This is Ray County, Case. Batman, it absolutely will not allow me to make Wookie a moderator. What mod are you talking about, Case? If you're talking about the Combine, it was a private edit. Just go to Google. Go to Google and enter Gage, Kentucky FS25, and it'll pop right up. I don't want it to. I don't want it to lead to arguments or anything. So I'm just not going to go there. I'm not going to worry about it. I got lots of work I need to get done on this one, and we'll do that tonight. He's a 49%. He's going to turn around and run back with the auger to the inside. He is going to... Wow. This is going to be fun. I'm going to guess he's going to end up full. He ain't going to make it clear to the end. This is going to suck. I needed to get over there and get him totally empty before he went to the back. That was my screw up, B-Mac. So we're gonna angle over here the best we can without running over a bunch of corn. I ain't got a choice. I got to run over some corn. Don't pick on that AI worker. That's my dad, Batman. I honestly can't blame the AI worker, in-game AI worker. That was me. I should have had him empty before he started, and I didn't. I mean, that's... Well, Batman, that's where I started. That's where I hired the AI on. That's where I started the run, and that was my fault. That wasn't the AI's fault. I should have had him empty before he headed this way, and I didn't. I sat in the cab of the tractor on my ass watching. I don't know what we'll do right here. Hopefully not get ran over. I didn't run over too much corn. Jaded, how are you doing? Now, he's probably going to turn around and go to the right, which it's going to stick his auger to the inside again. Gotcha, Frank. I appreciate that. He is. My guess is he won't make it to the front again. You know what, B-Mac? There are some modders are very good in nailing it so that the machine not only looks how it should, it does what it should. But I can't fathom, you know, a problem we've had since Farm Sim the beginning of time was the number of 3mm plows. How many do we need? How many times do we need to reinvent the same damn thing? You know, I don't understand that. You got some work ahead of you, Jaded. I better slow down so I don't run into a combine. But I'm just saying it's all the way across the board, B-Mac. That's all I was, you know, my opinion. We don't talk politics nor religion in here, Case. I have to. We can't do that, bud. Polish fire engines. I'm at 88. I got to get ready to get on them and get him empty, or we're going to have issues. Now, guys, you got to make sure that I back off him when he gets down to about 10% so that I don't suck all the grain out of that. That's the one thing that I wish Giants would get fixed. I'd love to get that fixed. You're not emptying. Thank you. No, the one thing above and beyond anything, I am so tired of a grain bin running out of grain. You know, you run it totally empty, and then when he continues to run, you don't see grain in the grain bin anymore. Mortar said he's had it happen so many times he can make it happen upon command. He knows exactly what to do to make it happen. And he did turn in what he found right to Giants. So with any luck, you know, that's the kind of report Giants needs. With any luck, they get in and they look at it and maybe get the daggone thing fixed. Really? They're calling for a light dusting here, B-Mac, or FP. Yeah, Pete, I don't understand the inner workings on how Giants does any of that. If I was the CEO of Giants, I can't sit here and tell you guys that I know all the answers and would make everything better. I don't know what the answer is to make it better. I don't know. One to three or 6 to 8. What is a Snow Joe, B-Mac? How are you doing, Josh? Gotcha. A mini Toro. Well, you live in that state up north, FP. You get that. I noticed, Macpire, when you get up to the UP and you watch them folks displace snow, they've done it so much they're not rookies. They know what they're doing, and they can move a lot of snow, and they can move it in a hurry, as compared to what we do down here. IO, Graham. My brother's father-in-law shot Deere tractor right before it passed. Shove this year. Aaron, my dad has a snowblower on his grasshopper lawnmower. I'm gonna be dead honest, that thing's a beast. I can move more snow with that grasshopper than I could the snowblower. We had, I think it was like a 12-foot snowblower. You could put on 3-point hitch for tractor, and we also had the snow blade for the tractor, and I could 100% move more snow with that grasshopper than I could either of them other two. By far. Braden, how are you doing? How did it come about that your blower got sold in an estate sale? That ain't right. All I do is a sidewalk here and a front sidewalk if Mama's got someone coming. I just, you want me to be honest, I don't even use a normal snow shovel. I've got a little, it's like an extra wide spade. Hell, it's 16 inches wide, but being that metal, I can get right down to the concrete, to the sidewalk, and take care of business. I like that. The snow shovels, I mean, now granted, if you get a decent clip of snow, yeah, I'll break the shovel out, because now you're getting 2 foot across. But Mama bought me one time that just had one handle that went up and around, kind of U-shaped, and had wheels on it and all kinds of stuff. Man, I started down the sidewalk and was just rocking, and next thing I know, them wheels got into where 2 pieces of concrete come together, and they're not the exact height. I mean, they're barely off, but yeah, let me tell you, it hit that, and it rocked my world. I've heard going on the side by side and stuff like that with the plow's big too. Gotcha, FP. Now I understand. I'll be dead honest, B-Mac, it is. It's worth it. But just like John Deere, you're paying a little extra because of the name on it. Yeah, look up a 30 horsepower diesel mower with a, I think that's a 72-inch deck. He's got the mechanical deck, so he presses a button and the whole deck just stands straight upright. So when you want to change blades, you hit that button, that deck stands straight upright, and you're sitting there looking at all three blades. You don't have to jack the deck up or anything. He got him a nice mower. Really, really nice mower. I want it in this. Cody, how are you doing? Good deal. See, come on. We may have to look at this combine and see if there's a different tire we can put on the front end that'll raise it some. It's either that or we're gonna have to get a new grain cart. This is gonna get me in trouble. This trailer, like 45,000 liters. No, not crazy. I'd like to make a Wilson a little bit on the crazy side. So when we start selling grain at the elevator, BMAC, we're able to not have to make 40 trips. I don't want to go as crazy as I did with the neighbor's wagon, but you know, let's get a little something in there. The 4-bin trailer? I don't know. I'm not sure what trailer that is, bud. Oh, you're saying the like the mower with the pup trailer behind it. I guess out west they run a fair amount of that one. Around here, you don't see them. I have seen a couple of grain trucks that pulled kind of like a dump trailer, but outside of them few, you just don't see a lot of them around here. I appreciate that, Aaron. I think I'm going to go through and I'm going to go through. I've only got 600 mods. I don't have the 5,000 that some folks have. But I think I'm going to go through and start separating them to the ones that are good. I know they're good, and I'm renaming them. This whole thing of having a mod named L22. What the hell is an L22? Put right in the title what the name of the mod is. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, for like this playthrough, for the Alice playthrough, I'm not going to have a choice. I'm going to have to leave those mods in those files as their own. You emptying? You are. But I just want to, yeah, he's at the back. I just want to, get stuff so that, you know, anything that's a tractor, I'm going to name it tractor will be the first word of it. And then I'm liable to name it John Deere and what it is, what the model is. But I get into John Deere mods I've got. Hell, I don't know. Is that a tractor? Is that a combine? Is that a disc? What is it? I'm going to come up with my own. I'm going to name it all the same. Super B. So that's one of the newer ones, B-Mac. Holy smokes, who's this guy? We thought he fell off the planet. KT, I hope everything's well. When you were sitting in there and all ready to do your stream, your 300 follower stream, and all of a sudden we get a note you canceled, you disappeared, and we never heard a thing. Hope all is well. I'm going to go kind of above and beyond, Jaded. I want, I have some tractor mods that I've turned the fuel screw on a little bit, and before anything makes it into that new folder, I want it to be 100% where it's at, where it's ready. You know, some mods come out and I almost think they're borderline lacking power because, hey, you know, this tractor, I know it will pull that. I've seen it done 1,000 times. And so many times we get to where, you know, this tractor just don't have enough ass end to pull that. Well, I want to get that stuff taken care of. Mortar, I wasn't trying to run you off by any means. I hope you don't think that. I've had a rough day. I've had nothing but, I don't want to get into it. I just want to farm and relax and be laid back and have a good night. Vix, Mary said if you were late, she was putting you in the corner because this is your second time. You're fine. Yeah, you're fine. I'm not interested in going over to the new map. It's been a touchy hot subject. Some people agree with some things, some people don't. Some people get pissed off one way, some people another. I respect the mods. I respect what they're doing. I give that map maker credit. I don't even know his name. I gave him credit because he did a good map. There's things I really like and things I don't. But you know what? As much as I like Ray County, there are things I liked and there are things I didn't. You know? Well, you know, Mortar, what you did is you brought me exactly the information that I was after, but there was a lot of stuff that in all honesty, you were misinformed about, and I was trying to make sure you were informed about it. And it did. I'll be honest, it kind of rubbed me wrong. But as I sat back and looked, you are the one person who has done exactly what I asked you to do. The one. And I've just come to the conclusion I'm not going to sit back anymore. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna make some positive changes, and I want to keep everybody on board. But you know, Gage Field was the author. Yeah, FP. I'll be honest. I've said it 100 times. I don't know a lot of these modders' names. I don't sit in chat rooms with them, rub shoulders with them. I just don't know them. My take on this whole, I've kind of got a, so I'm not big on Patreon. If every mod you got is hidden behind a paywall, I'm against that. That's against TOS with giants, and I'm dead against that. But for me and the amount of mods that I do go out and grab, I think it'd be pretty shitty if I grab 20 mods from one person and I don't ever offer, I'm going to call it a tip. So if there's an issue with the fact that I choose to say, hey, thank you, I appreciate what you're doing, and send $20 to a guy, that may be all I've got. And when I do that, I think I should be allowed to do that. I think I should be allowed to have that opinion. But to the folks that hide everything behind a paywall and you can't touch any of their stuff unless you pay them, I'll be honest, I don't need their mods. I don't need them at all. I understand they put time and effort into making that happen. You know what? I put time and effort into streaming 6 days a week, but I don't make anybody come in here and pay. Not a soul. And I don't have a TOS that says I can't do that here. Granted, if I told you all you had to pay instantly, half of you'd tell me go kiss my ass, but you understand what I'm getting at. Oh, we cut that one close. I'll let you folks know when I go live. You better post it back up in there again, buddy. I didn't know who till I looked it up on Itch. I think I heard don't do it on Itch. Mortar, if you could post a link to there, to him and that download. Mortar's got a good link, and I know it'll let him post in here, but get it right off his page, bud. I'll be honest, FP, it is a nice map. It is a nice map. There is still some work that needs to happen to it, but you know, I've been around as long as some of the other folks. There's a bunch of stuff I probably it wasn't going to happen today. Mortar, I'll be honest, I was messaging you. I was sitting in a McDonald's parking lot. Mama and the girls went in because their older sister that is here going to school was going to oh Lord, come on, was going to meet her at McDonald's and get the kids so that Mom and I could go to that doctor's appointment, and we were there considerably longer than what we figured we would be. Got you, Vix. Vix, I'm gonna be honest, I may not be on real long tonight, bud. Right there you go. Anybody that is interested in looking at Gage, Kentucky, right there, Mortar dropped a link in chat. It takes you right to it. There is a lot of mods you have to download. I'm not even going to get into that one part. Well, what does Gage does, Batman? I'll be honest, I had 388 mods when I went on it last night, but I just went on and kind of went around the map, and I bought a little bit of ground thinking, hey, this might be a good farm, but I was buying ground to see, okay, if I want to sell a barn that's in a map, can I do it? And I could. Now, I'm not saying you can go in and sell everything that's in there you don't want, but the stuff I didn't want on there, you know, yeah. Already took a look at it. It's math for me. It reminds you a lot of that Saskatchewan map. And I got asked last night by Brax, you know, have you ever been to Kentucky? And I said, I have. And he said, well, does this remind you of Kentucky? Parts yes, parts no. You know, Kentucky's a big state. You get to the eastern side of Kentucky and it's all on the side of a hill. You get to the western side of Kentucky, you get into some flat ground. Well, I mean, I found some issues last night, Mortar, but it's issues with the map. I found trees in the middle of a road. I found where it looks like he was going to go forward with the road and he stopped. And he put a fence in and what have you, which I thought that was cool. It was a neat thing we don't normally see, but where the road is and where the gate is, they don't line up, not even close. And maybe he meant it that way. Oh, Lord. Guys, I foobarred. I emptied him. I'll bet he won't hold grain now. I screwed up. You know, I'm not going to cut him on the map. I mean, I would love to play the Midwest Horizon map. I mean, I really, really would, but that map there just didn't. When I went into it and seen it, it wasn't anything like what it was in 22. Not even close. And I understand that's a brand new map maker who's trying to do a good thing. So I'll be honest, I'm not slamming him by any means. Hell, you don't see me out there making a map. You don't see me trying to convert Midwest Horizon 22. So I sure in the hell ain't going to bitch that somebody's at least going to stand up and have the balls to give it a shot. Yeah, Edgewater was in Saskatchewan. That's the map, Batman. Same map. I ain't played on that one yet. Somebody did. It might have been Wookie. I watched Gallo and them playing it the other day, Demonic. Still not for me. Still not for me. Nah, Christopher, I stay away from that one. I've got personal reasons for that one. You know, I don't want every field square, but I don't want every field looking like a kidney bean. I want a mix of both. To get some kidney bean stuff in there, have a road at a slight angle, put a river in there, put a railroad in there, something like that to give you the angle. You know, where I'm from, the northern part of the county, every road's straight. Every road is straight and they're a mile apart. And oh wow, he's clear down here already. He's only at 47%. But, you know, I like a little mix of both. How are you doing, Lady D? I done so good till the very end, and I screwed up and emptied him totally, and now there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I've felt better, Lady D. I really have. I had a good doctor's visit today, but my stomach's been off for a couple days now, and just not feeling up to par. I had Skyline chili today for breakfast and lunch. I mean, I ate there, and that's the only thing I've ate today, and it ain't setting real well either. I probably should have been a little more bland and just a cheeseburger or something like that, but I didn't. I haven't had Skyline in 10 or 12 years, as I was telling BMAC, and I said, you know, I'd like to try it again. I didn't care for it a whole bunch when I went there last time. This time it wasn't as bad. It was good. I'll go back in 10 or 12 years from now, you know, but yeah, it's just not for me. Yeah, well, the Chinese got me pretty bad yesterday, to be honest. It got me pretty bad. Kern, you got it, Apple Blossom. We shellin' kern. I'm 99% sure I'm not going to need this guy. It has the juice. Well, I ate food, Batman, that wasn't good. It was bad. That fish at the Chinese restaurant, I'm sure it was the fish. It wasn't bad, or it wasn't good. I think it had been up there too long, and it was sketchy in the first place. You know, today, it had been, like I said, it had been so long since I had Skyline chili that I truly didn't remember what it tasted like. But being it had been so long, I wanted to try it again. And what I had today, I didn't need to try it again. It truly was not very good. You know, I'll get into some, I'll eat some cookies that's got sugar in them, and I know I shouldn't do it, but my A1C isn't bad. Christopher, we had a Chinese buffet down here that had frog legs on it one time. They had 1 day a week, they had frog legs on it. And I had Austin in there with me, and he had never had frog legs before in his life. So I got a couple and I brought them back to try them, and they were old. I mean, they were chewy, they were tough, they were not good. And he was all excited. He wanted to try them, and I wouldn't let him. I said, "Nah, you ain't trying these." You know, and he was upset with me, but I didn't want him to try frog legs for the first time and have them be bad. But they do that buffet there does frog legs once a week, and they do squid once a week. They do different stuff like that, but they only do it on certain days. The way, I don't know who Tony is, but what I had today, Skyline calls a four-way. So it had the spaghetti and the chili, and then they give you fresh shredded cheese and onions. But they've got it separate, and it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. It really wasn't. It's not something that I'm going to eat a whole bunch of, but you know, I got to be careful because I know Damos and Morm absolutely love it, but they are from that Cincinnati area, and it is a Cincinnati original. You know, you meet somebody from Toledo and you tell them Tony Pacos suck, and you're ready for a fist fight. You know, they'll fight you over that. Yeah, see how that front end sets lower? I wonder if I raised it up, if put a taller tire on it. I went with them because I wanted the big floaters, but the floaters are shorter. we'll get that semi back, that grain cart back, and we'll see where we're at, guys. I will say this: I am belching a lot of Skyline and Cherry Coke right now, and it does not taste good. I need to dig into some Tums. Actually, maybe I do go the Pepto route. I've got Pepto in there. Maybe I take that. A lot of places don't have Cherry Pepsi, and I was really in, or not Pepsi, Cherry Coke, and Skyline had Cherry Coke, and I said that's what I want, and it was good. You got to understand, BMAC, what you typically think of chili, that's not what this is. I haven't seen Cherry RC in forever, Wookie. We don't see RC up here a whole lot. Not anymore. We used to see it all the time. Dollar General carries it. We may have it in our Dollar Generals. Now, for me, now I'll be honest. I don't look at it like Chile and Texas is the only people that know how and how to do it. I think it's different as you go across the United States. I'll be dead honest. The Skyline way, a lot of folks from Cincinnati believe that's the way you do it. But their chili at Skyline, there's no beans in it. There's no beans in it at all. But I like Wendy's chili. You know, there's a lot of you know what Wendy's chili tastes like. I like Wendy's chili. Oh, I've never tried V8 juice. Okay, let's get it repaired first. I'm going to do the head repair. Yes. Combine repair. Yes. Customize. So we're on the 9670 and we're going to tires. I think that one right there is about the tallest we can get. My chili is one several words locally. It has butternut squash in it. I would try that, Christopher. That sounds good. But I love squash. Wookie, I don't know what that bad ain't chili. All I know is, Aaron, I promise not to block the beer fridge. Let me catch up here. Making homemade chili, 3 pounds of burger chili, chili beans, chili powder, and V8 juice. It's amazing the next day. Sorry, I don't know what road chili. My chili's one. Somebody said Four legs taste like chicken. Four legs? I think you meant frog legs. No, frog legs don't taste like chicken. I cook up 2 to 4 pounds of beef for my pot of chili, and onions, blueberry, nice tomatoes, 4 cans of dark kidney beans. Yeah, I forgot you were Wookie. I guess first place you're in for a chili cook says I don't know anything about chili. So that is not getting close. Hey, Aaron, if you can't get to the fridge and open that fridge to grab yourself a refill, then you've had too much to drink. Hey, I saw that too, Mortar. I saw that video. So on this whole chili debacle, when I would make one, if depending on, I like to do it in a crock pot. It's what I had, and I think I put 3 pound. But if I had it available, put a pound of hamburger, a pound of venison, a pound of sausage in it, and then beans. I'm not going to lie, I would go and get the Bush's have some different flavored beans, and I would get 2 of the small cans of one flavor that was like a Mexican chili bean, and then the other one was a Texas bean of some sort, is what they called them, but they were just flavored beans. And I would put 2 small cans of that in. So I had about half the beans and twice the meat of what most people put in. And then I put in diced tomatoes and diced onions, diced jalapenos. I would actually add, depending on how hot we made it, you know, I didn't have all these sauces and that at the time, but I would throw in some diced up habaneros. I've been known to put a little bit of brown sugar and barbecue sauce in. You know, mine had there was a lot of stuff in it, and it was a bit sweet on the front side. Some people would say that's not chili because of that sweetness. But I'll tell you, that backside, it'd make a Texan proud. It was on the warm side. Chili sounds good right now. Nothing sounds good right now at all. What's stocked in the beer fridge? Miller Lite. My fridge? Miller Lite. That's hilarious. Wait a minute. What's hilarious? I didn't know if I asked my question. Yeah, it got answered. Gauge Field or something. Brian, are you PC or console? That would be a good recommendation, KT. This will warm your backside. Rotel, is that beans? Or beans? Jesus Christ. Yes, is that beans? Hey, Mortar, can I bug you or bug somebody to drop that link in chat one more time? Brian, the map does require. Oh, wait a minute. You're on the road. You ain't gonna be able to. You could screenshot it. There, Mortar dropped a link to it. That takes you straight to the site. You're not going to itch. You're not. From what I've been told, he's updating on his site very regular. From what his site says, the updates do not cause a restart. But, you know, it's a map to take a look at because I think it's got some potential. There are going to be people that absolutely love that map. And there's going to be some people that don't care for it at all. You know, everybody's got their own opinion. Chilies and peppers. Diced chilies and tomatoes. I didn't know that one. Gotcha. But I don't think it has quite the attention to detail that this map does, but it's got 3 times the attention to detail that most maps out there do. We still got to get that semi down here. Oh, you're saying Rotella. Yeah, Rotella's motor oil. I am not putting Rotella in my chili. I'm not falling for that one, guys. While I'm down here at Dad, should I go ahead and take care of the animals real quick? B-Mac, thank you, bud. All right, these cows are at my dad's house, Storm Coach. I don't think he'd appreciate that. How are you doing, Storm Coach? Guess I'd be tired. So you've been busy today then. I can't believe you haven't got heaters on already, KT. You've had some cold nights. Still a bale of straw there. Looks like the straw's good on both of them. Yep, straw's good on both of them. They've only got us called for just a little bit here, Christopher. Don't know, John. They're out with the granddaughters. I laid on the bedroom floor when I got home, laid on the floor with them for 15 minutes. Just loved on them. They were fine then. Patchy, how are you doing? Anybody heard anything about the flu going around right now? Mama had heard somewhere that the flu that's going around right now is pretty rough. I didn't know in other parts of the world what people were seeing. Nothing there? Had it almost 3 weeks, month ago. Never have I ever been that sick. That's what I'm hearing, Storm Coach. Nah, you're gonna get a dusting, Apache. You ain't moving no snow. You ain't moving no snow. You couldn't get that lucky. Wow, they burnt through that entire thing. Cody, she have the flu? That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, Apache's all excited because he thinks he's going to get enough snow. He's gonna plow, and he's wrong. He ain't gonna plow. He just thinks he's gonna plow. Okay, here we go again. Going to 38. Really? You see, Apache gets mean. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm going to plow snow all night long. Yeah, you know damn well he ain't going to shovel any snow. We'll see, Apache. You get in them lake effects and them bands, it could, whoop, 38. So you could get into a lake effect band and 2 miles from you, they get next to nothing. 3 to 6 in the Twin Cities. The contracts we always signed down here, Apache, was we had to call people in to salt or to plow or to anything because the companies that we had hired on were coming in when they didn't need to be, and they were throwing salt down and charging us out the ass for business that really wasn't needed, and it got pretty nasty. We switched. That was 2 different companies. They both did it. You know, that's when they're making their money. So they'd want to get in there and do as much work as they could. And yep, King Meyer said, "No, you ain't doing that no more." Yeah, with us at Meyer, it wasn't no starting point. It was when we went outside and said we needed it. I can't count the number of times, which wasn't fair to the guys that did it, but they would have us go out front, and I'd have the crew come in and just run salt on the main run right in front of the building. That's all the store director wanted us to do. You know, I didn't want to have to sign a $10,000 check one night and have the store director come in and feel that no work needed done at all, but. The first company we had that got kicked out, they got kicked out because they were playing hockey with the cart corrals out in the parking lot, moving them around with their snow plow, going back and forth, and store director come in, caught them shoving one clean across the parking lot, and they got tossed. And we're getting ready for the day after Thanksgiving. We're getting lake effect, snow pretty heavy. I dead serious. If when you get in that whole word lake effect, man, you can have 1.5 feet of snow fall overnight, and 2 miles north of you and 3 miles south of you didn't get an inch. You have to, if you're in, which with Apache, he's got so many accounts set up that he deals with. He's covering such a broad spectrum. He may have some accounts that he don't have to touch at all because they didn't get anything, and then he's got some places that just absolutely got hammered. Must be nice, John. Hey, Shut off. I'm glad you can say that, but I'll tell you what, John, I'd be knocking on some wood because you start talking about it, and that's when it happens. Yeah, last year you guys got something else. It was crazy. So I'm assuming your company don't do any Myers, Meijers. Well, now keep in mind, it's been 30 years since I worked for Meyer, 25 years since I worked for Meyer. So things there could have changed now, but was out this year in Nevada's one winter between Reno and Sacramento. It's snowing an inch an hour. That's a lot of snow. That's a lot of snow. Yeah, see, Apache, we just unfortunate down here. We got into a company that didn't do that. And that caused a lot of issues. Caused a lot of issues. Hey KT, you buy a Dodge and you wouldn't have to plug it in. You just go out and you start it and you drive away. Ha 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 ha. Apparently we didn't clean this when we put it away last time. So I said I felt we were going to break 500,000 liters of corn. What do you think? Do you think we broke half a million liters of corn? Storm Coach, I did not. I stream Monday nights, bud. I stream over on Twitch from 7 to 11, so I would have missed the whole show. KT, you got to really look into what BMAC's saying. You said you were going to keep it plugged in permanently. That meant you were never going to unplug it till May. So when you're driving it, it's still going to be plugged in. Now do you catch what BMAC's coming at you with? Whirlwind, how are you doing, buddy? So what do you think, guys? Did we break 500,000 liters of corn or not? At one point, wait a minute, what's going up here? You didn't say that, and BMAC will get you. You know that. Whirlwind says yes. Vic says yes. They're the only two people that voted. Kern is all in. I said 500,000 liters. How about 755,000 liters? Really, Christopher? There it is, 755,000 liters of kern, 332,000 liters of soybeans. That's a lot of juice. That's a lot of juice, buddy. I only had 5 fields. I think I'm going to run 4 fields this year instead of 5. Oh boy. I guess that ain't that bad. Okay, what do I want to do? I'm over here and I've got this much done. Maybe I go ahead and finish chiseling this one. Before I go any further, we got to figure out where the corn is going to go. We got to kind of get this put together. Let me turn that on, and for that I'll turn this back on. And we're going to figure this out real quick. Rear 115 gallons, standard 35. So was that a truck, Christopher? Were you like hauling travel trailers and stuff like that? Okay, here we go. On this map, as of right now, year number 1, we owned, we're going to start at Dad's house. We owned 17, 18 north, 18 south, and 16. And then at my house, we owned 26, 27, 28, and 29. 26, 27, 28, and 29. Now this year we added 6 and 19 down Dad's way. Up north, we added 14 and 23, 24. And we added 47. And then 26 now includes 25. 2 into 1. Yep, home trailers did go run out of Westford. I figured that's what it was with carrying that much fuel on you. Hey, Coburn, how are you doing? So this year we have corn on 6. 18 south is corn. 16 is corn. 23, 24 is corn. And then back here, 28 is corn. And everything else was soy this year. Year 1, I had corn. We had 1 field of corn at Dad's. We had 2 at the house. Would it have been 29 and 27 was corn. Corn was there, and corn was here. This was soy. This was soy. Dad's house, field 17 was corn, and the rest was soy. Now, this year, we got wheat, soy in 17 and 29. Everywhere that was corn this year will be soy. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. Now, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 fields. 47 we know is going to corn. And I think we go up top north to 14, make it corn. 14 and 47. And then as we get down here, let's go 18 north and 19. 19 is corn. And 18 north is corn. That leaves 25, 26. I definitely want that soy. That also leaves 27. We'll put soy in it also because I want to make sure we're not 3-year soy is what I'm trying to get away from. You can do a chauffeur's license, but they prefer FCDL. I have a Class A and a haul tow truck. I was thinking about going non-CDL hot shotting after recouping from surgery, tired of sitting on my butt. Hot shotting something my daughter tried and was not a good deal. Now I forgot to write down the fields here that are corn so I know what needs chisel plowed. We got corn on 18 West. 18 West is corn. 19, 14, and 47. 19, 14, and 47. We got to run the accelerator in. Why did I just say that? That's 18 North, not 18 West. Slow down. 18 South, 16. I think field 6. And then field 23, 24. '18 South, 16. Oh, field 28. Okay, there's my fall tillage list. Fall tillage ready to go. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish field 47 myself. I'm going to finish this field myself, and then we will see tracks 3-1 on. Then we'll go from there. Hey, stay out of the wheat field. Stay out of the wheat field. I just did that. Wrong button. That looks like I'm about right. Let's just run it. Something else we got to figure out, and between now and next time, we got a lot of corn we got to sell. We got to get contracts wrote for. We got a lot of beans we got to write contracts for. $755 and $332. We'll have to do a little more simple math in here. Ooh, we cut that one close. Okay, let's pull the phone out. 332,000 divided by 45,000. 7.5 semi-loads of soybeans we got to sell. $755,000. 755,000. We're going to divide that by the 45,000. 16 3/4 semi-loads of corn we got to sell at the elevator. So what I want to do here is actually get some contracts wrote. This way we're kind of looking at the map. We're doing the best we can and doing it that way. Oh, Lord. You know what, dude? There's a tree. There's a tree right there. Try that again. A lot of people couldn't do that, Christopher. KT, you were at Northwestern for 4 years? Hey, Brady. I managed 2 months, huh? Yeah, they got a little boisterous there for a second, didn't they? Okay, so let's look at Kern. I think the second day of December. Second day of December and second day of June is going to be our 2 sales on Kern. And beans will be the second day of June. So I put my damn pen away. Okay, so all June 2. Just wrote a contract on beans. I think I'm going to sell, probably run 10 semi-loads. We're going to run it right over to the ethanol plant in December. We'll do 10 in December. And we'll do 6 3/4 on the second day of June, second day of December. There we go. There's our contracts. That's when we got to sell everything that's in the grain bins. You just got to choose the vanilla version. There's 2 versions right there, Brady. One is a paywall, one's vanilla. And if you choose the vanilla version, you just don't have row crop ready. Everything works fine. Well, what's funny, B-Mac, is the school that he's talking about down here, that's where I went to school. That's where my granddaughter's going to school now. It's where my wife went to school. Now, I didn't go on the auto diesel side. I was on the business side. My wife was also, but our granddaughter's on the auto diesel side. She loves it. Tell the cat I said, psst, 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 psst. Yeah, Brady, if you look at that on there, it gives you the ability to download row crop ready, and it gives you the ability to download regular vanilla. Just do the vanilla one. I don't think there was a difference. I think the tuition was based on the credit hours. It was so much per credit hour, in-state, out-of-state, because Northwestern is not a state school like that. Ohio State is. But Northwestern's not. Or they wasn't at that time, B-Mac. Now, Northwestern is recognized as one of, if not the best, auto diesel school in the United States. It's a good school. I can't count the number of people, KT, that went down there that as they've graduated and what have you, they went an entire different line of work, turn wrenches for a couple years and decide, yeah, this isn't what I want to do for a living. I've got a lot of friends that graduated from there for that and have moved on to a different line of work. They're just, they wasn't interested. They called it a knuckle buster. Was not interested in that at all. Yeah, I don't know who this Mary is you're talking about, John. 2 diesel shops here in town. My son-in-law is approaching age for O'Reilly's. I have another son-in-law that's a diesel mechanic. You got mechanics through the whole family, Christopher. Oh, I do. I cuss a lot, KT. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't see anybody would enjoy busting their knuckles. The idea is to get the job done without busting your knuckles. Come on. That GPS is supposed to catch, and it is not. No, after 50 times, you still cuss, KT. There ain't no tickling to that at all. I dropped something, B-Mac, and I don't remember what I dropped. There's them daggone birds again trying to jump scare me. Out of this entire map where them things could have, it ain't, tractor ain't turning at all now. But out of this entire map where them birds could have flown, they had to fly right there in my path and try to scare me. What? You telling me you don't like cutting open your fingers on a sharp metal when a wrench slips? No, not at all, Jade. You telling me you do? Batman, you got a lot of work to do. Batman, I only see one way of you getting out of that mess. Buy a gleaner. How do you know they didn't poop on the windshield, B-Mac? Oh my God, that'd be an amazing feature. Bird flies over and all of a sudden you got poop on the windshield. Maybe buy a second combine. Yeah, there was talk. They're sending me to orthopedic surgeon for this feeling in my not being able to feel my right fingers and none of that stuff. I mean, it's getting worse and worse. It's getting bad, and they're wanting me to go see an orthopedic surgeon and possibly looking at a carpal tunnel issue. No, I wouldn't hire Donnie. He does not have my recommendation, Batman. He does not have my recommendation. I would put one of my granddaughters in a combine before I'd hire that idiot again. For the most part, Dad don't do too bad. The screw up we had here, that was my fault. 100% my fault. I'll take the blame. Had I been on my A game and had him emptied when I should have, he'd have never been full there and everything would have been fine. But I screwed up. JDR9 demo. Yeah, he didn't have my recommendation in the first place. Darn it, Johnny. Turned too late. Let's try that one more time. You didn't hire Johnny. I think you hired Stevie. Total different person. You can't be blaming Johnny for that one, KT. I hope I got all these tight enough that I can get these in 2 passes, but I ain't making no promises. Oh my God, you can't fathom what you'd have paid, KT. You'd have had the EPA involved in that, and it's not just going to affect that; it's going to affect any water, any form of waterway that it possibly got into, miles and miles downstream. That was a 6-digit fine, if not a 7-digit fine, and that's the fine. That doesn't include what it costs to do the cleanup and everything. Cleanup's additional above and beyond that. What's the worst thing to wash during the holidays? Hell, I have no clue, KT. Or KT. FP. Here we go with that again. Can't call anybody by the right name. No, really. Let's go. Got a little narrow on that one there, didn't I? I'm going to miss a spot again, ain't I? I sure am. Wow. Way to go, Johnny. I can believe that. I can definitely believe that, Christopher. I hate to ask, but was the person okay? Roaster in the wire rack. He lived, but he was not okay. I understand. I won't ask no more. Jade, that's mean. That's mean. You know what, Jade? That's why you do not take a black light to them. You know something like that's going to happen. You don't take a black light to them. Are they snacks you're allowed to have with your heart surgery going on in Boston? B-Mac, they light up that much. I'll put my gloves on and throw them damn things in a trash can. Light up like a runway. Really, Christopher? I mean, you'd hope your in-laws are clean, Jade. I mean, hey, let me introduce you to my mother and father-in-law. By the way, they ain't showered yet this week. I mean, I don't know. Gotcha, KT. KT, when is the actual surgery scheduled for? I know we've talked about it, but I don't remember what kind of date we had. 18 north, 19 and 14. 14, 18 north, and 19. Okay, when is this visit? December 2nd, right around the corner. Yeah, I'll be honest, Jade. If I'm staying with if I'm a guest in someone else's house, I can control myself for 2 weeks. I don't know. Maybe I just look at that as a respect thing. No, I want nothing to do with that, to be honest with you. I want nothing to do with that at all. Oh, wow. I left him sitting there running. Yeah, you shouldn't have to do that, though. Let's see here. This is very not me, guys. You know, normally we would go till 11 flat out. My stomach is shot. I gotta get in there and try to get some meds and try to get laid down and get through this. I can't keep pushing. I really can't keep pushing. So I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna call it there. Plan is I'll be live again tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 to 11 over on that Twitch side. I don't think we'll be here Thursday. Plan on us not being here Thursday. We'll be back over here Sunday at 7. But we'll definitely be live Wednesday. And then I believe we have another Thanksgiving on Friday. I think we have one Thursday and Friday. So Friday's liable to be a no-go. I don't know for sure, but I will say something in EOS chat. But that would be the plan. But guys, with that, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna roll out. I'm gonna call tonight. When we come back, I don't know. I'm sure I'll be back between now and then, and I'll get some of this stuff done and out of the way. Maybe work on the secret up in the corner of the map that I've been wanting to show you guys, and go that route. But with that being said, if I don't see you before then, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving, have a safe Thanksgiving, and until next time, Renegade Nation, I love you all.